it's Deb. Welcome back to the channel. It's Deb Renee here with Stewart Well Budgeting. Here on this channel, we do all things savings challenges, money management, cash stuffing, budget paycheck breakdowns, debt payoff, the whole 9 yards. If that's content that you're into, feel free to stick around for the remainder of this video. Also, subscribe and turn on your post notifications so that you're notified every single time we go live here on this channel. In this video, we are still in our reset. I think this is maybe part 5. And we're just going to go over some savings challenges. I have been seeing a couple of different channels that I watch. People doing their savings challenges and their money management quarterly or biannually. Biannually, I want to say. Doesn't that mean that it happens at every 6 months? Every time I start recording, my throat just get automatically dry. It's crazy. Anyway, okay, so I've seen people take their savings challenges or their money management and do updates, whether it's quarterly or biannually. And I just thought that that was such a good idea that I would incorporate that into what I do for my savings, okay? Because what's that saying that goes, you eat something one bite at a time, right? Like, I feel like I've been biting off more than I can chew. I've been biting off more than I can chew. And I start the year looking at the end of the year. I start January 1 looking at 12/31 and where I want to be at 12/31. But the reality of the situation is, if I start taking it in small increments, in small sections, it may be easier for me to manage. It may give me more of something to look forward to, okay? I feel like I am putting too much pressure on myself because at the end of the year, I want to have X, Y, and Z saved up. Whereas if I try to take it and attack it, y'all hear me say attack it a lot, but if I attack it one bite at a time, one quarter at a time, it may be easier for me to handle and to manage. So that's what I'm going to be doing with my savings. The next quarter, the last quarter of the year is October, November, December. So this is a reset, but even though the last quarter is October, November, and December, beginning in August, I'm going to start the last quarter of the year, okay? Because July is gone. It's gone, and I don't want to put, again, too much pressure on myself to try to bring, savings from 2 quarters. I'm not going to do that. So I think that I want to do it, and I might not even do quarterly. I think I might do it every 6 months. So every 6 months, since I am going to start August, September, October, November, December. So yeah, that'll be 5 months. So 1 month, which is July, that's going towards my trip. So that's fine. I think every 6 months, I'm going to see if I can manage savings that long. And then after the 6 months, what I have finished, I will gladly just do away with that challenge. What I have not finished, I will unstuff and I will do away with that challenge, or I will choose to keep going, one or the other. But I'm going to get beyond the point of feeling like I have to finish a challenge. When I choose to do it quarterly, when I choose to do it biannually, now it's like at the end of the 6 months, I have what I have. You understand what I'm saying? Like, I have what I have. If it's saved up and I want to continue the challenge, I will continue it. If I don't, I'm not going to continue it. I'm going to switch to something else. That way I can kind of keep it spicy. The reason I don't want to do every 4 months, the reason I don't want to do every 3 months, which would make it a quarterly challenge, is because right now my 9 to 5 is my main source of income. So I want to give myself more time to save. So instead of 3 months, let's do 6 months. And so it'll give me more time to save, more money to save, and then I'll have more to be able to count up and be proud of at the end of that 6 months versus the 3-month period, okay? Another thing that I want to talk about is the outside sources of income that I have. Right now, again, my business takes care of my business, which is fine. I'm still working on some things in the background, and until I'm fully ready to roll out all the things that come with my business, I'm okay with my business taking care of my business for now, okay? But also, I do other things on the side. For those who do not know here, I am an assistant pastor at my church, and I also do preach elsewhere, when I go to these places, they do give me a love offering, right? And so I don't usually bring that to the channel. I am also in school, so I do get a refund from my loan. The thing about it is, it's not really a refund. Like, it's them paying me the rest of the money that I get, but because it is a student loan, I am going to have to pay that back at some point. So it's kind of just getting some loan money now that I'm going to end up having to repay. Hopefully, unless they forgive my student loans in the future. Look, the Lord can do anything He want to do, okay? But yeah, so I'm going to have to end up paying it in the future, but I still do get that money, and I still also do get money back for my tax refunds. And I think it's maybe because I'm in school right now, so I do get that school tax credit. So all of these things I've never brought to my channel, but I want to start bringing it. Now, let me just say this. The love offerings that I do receive, they go up and down. I never go into a place saying this is how much you have to pay me in order to come and minister. I never do that. I never have done that. Because I do work a 9 to 5, thank God I'm still, able to sustain myself. So I never go in saying you have to pay me this in order for me to come. But people do, when I go, the Lord do touch their heart to bless me while I am there. So from that, I'm going to be bringing that to the channel as well. And there are a few things that I have not been doing, but I'm going to start doing with that money. And one of those things is savings, okay? Because I don't know when that money is going to come and how much that money is going to be, I don't factor that into the payment of my bills, which means that my 9 to 5 is still going to be paying my bills, still going to be paying my fixed expenses, my variable expenses, my sinking funds, the savings, debt, all that kind of stuff. So all of that money that I get on the side literally is extra, and I thank God for that, okay? With that being said, I will now be bringing that money to the channel to do something with, whether it's making extra debt payment, whether it is putting the money towards savings, right? Whether it is putting towards my giving fund or my sinking funds or paying off debt. Did I already say that? I don't know. But because it's not a part of my 9 to 5 money, I won't have to budget that money out. You understand what I'm saying? Like, because my 9 to 5 already is taking care of my bills. That's just extra. So when that money comes in, you'll probably just see a video of me. If I bring a budget, it'll probably just be a quick notebook sheet of paper letting you know where I'm going to be disseminating the money to. It might just be a quick savings challenge video, whatever the case may be. That's what that will be for, okay? So when it comes to savings, I'm going to start bringing in what I get from outside sources to the channel to also start holding me accountable. Because, and I say that because while the money comes in at unexpected times, and while I have received a refund this year from school and from my taxes, I feel like because I didn't bring it to the channel, I was free to just spend it how I wanted to spend it, and I didn't have to have no accountability for it. I didn't have to tell nobody what I was doing. I didn't have to tell nobody. So I literally could do what I want to do with the money. And don't get me wrong, I made wise decisions. I did. I made wise decisions with the money that I brought. But I feel like I definitely could have done better, because even some of the things that I broke down and said that I was going to do, I did not do, because my bills are paid. Things were going well. I didn't bring it to y'all, so I didn't have to show nothing, have nothing. Y'all ain't got to see nothing. So I could literally do what I wanted to do with it. Whereas I feel like if I bring it to, like, in front of you all now, there's an accountability to it. I don't know. It may sound strange to you, but there's an accountability to it for me to now make sure that I am taking care of it and handling things properly. You understand what I'm saying? So yeah. Those are a few things that I'm going to be doing differently. Definitely doing 6 months and not giving myself a whole long old year to say it's January the 1st, by December 31st I'm trying to have this. No, we're not doing that. We're not doing that. So every 6 months, at the 6 month mark, we're going to kind of like do another reset. Like, where am I? How much should I save up? We're going to unstuff. We're going to put the money where the money needs to go or should go or can go. And if I want to continue to do the challenge, I will. If not, I'll switch it up. That's that on that. And then I'm going to start bringing the side income that I am receiving from outside sources. I am going to start bringing that to the channel as well. Okay. And yeah, that's my savings. So what I'm about to do now in this video, this is a very long introduction, and I'm still going to play the intro to the video, even though we're probably like 10-15 minutes in at this point. What I'm about to do now is just turn you all around so that you all can see the downward view, the tabletop view. There it is, the tabletop view of some savings challenges that I want to start. Oh, I almost forgot. I need to tell y'all what else I'm going to be doing. I am going to start doing savings challenges in advance for my next pay. Hear me out. Hear me out. Hear me out. Okay. I'm going to go into every pay with the thought that I at least want to save $100. At least. And I mean on savings challenges, not in savings period. I mean on savings challenges specifically. I at least want to save $100. Okay, here's what I think I want to start doing. So you're going to see me bring a savings challenge video in the month of August, right? In that video, we're going to sit down. I'm going to stuff $100 into savings challenges. Okay, so say for instance, where do I want to go? Savings challenges right here. Okay. So savings challenges. I'm in my savings challenge binder. Okay. So say for instance, I start with the Love Mystery Savings Challenge. Okay. So I come here and I scratch off I scratch one of the scratches, and then I complete the challenge. Okay. So now I'm finished with this challenge. What I'm going to do is scratch another scratch off to mark down how much I'll be bringing to this challenge the next time. That way I am ahead. And it keeps the excitement there because it's like, okay, now the next time I know that I'm going to bring, but then I'm also scratching or rolling or coloring in or doing all the things every single video. But I'm preparing for the next time that I sit down to budget. Okay, so this amount is going to go towards my savings challenges. And then the reason that I'm doing that is because I want to start at some point budgeting in, okay, this month or this paycheck, I want to put X, Y, and Z towards the OMA binder. I want to put this amount towards my sinking funds. If I can do that and start giving amounts to certain things, then that way I can prepare for it and I can cause my money to stretch across multiple areas. Here's what I was doing before. Okay, so I'm bringing $200 to the table and I'm using all of that money for savings challenges. Now all of that $200 is wrapped up in savings challenges and it's not anything going directly towards a sinking fund or a 1 month ahead. Okay, so now I can be like, okay, well, my next pay, I'm going to put $100 towards savings challenges, but then I'm going to put $50 towards OMA, $50 towards sinking funds. And so now that's $200 that's being saved, but I'm also saying, okay, I already know what I'm going to spend. And here's why I have to do it in advance, because the scratch offs don't play. The scratch offs don't play. You never know what you're going to get on a scratch off. You never know what you're going to get on a roll and save. You just don't know. And so the unpredictability of it, I need to know in advance how much I need to bring to the table. Okay. And so, yeah, I just feel like in my mind, and it may not make sense to you, and I get that, I understand. But in my mind, it makes sense to know in advance what I need to bring so that I can have a better management of what my money is being dispersed to. I hope that makes sense. But after having said all of that, let's hop into the remainder of today's video. Let's go. Okay, so here we are. Let's hop into some of the challenges that I want to start doing from beginning in August to the end of the year. And like I said, it's going to be a situation where if I get to when we get to the end of the year, if it's done, it's done. And, you know, if I get to it before the end of the year, I'll switch it out for another challenge. If not, then once we get to the end of the year, I will decide whether or not it's one that I want to keep in rotation or let go. First and foremost, that I am going to be pulling out. If you are an OG to this channel, you saw me doing this long time ago days. When I initially first started doing YouTube, I was doing this yeah, it's been a minute since you've seen this on my channel, but I'm going to bring it back because I want to get into saving my $1,000 emergency fund again. That's the first thing that I want to do to maximize my savings. So I'm going to bring out the Easy Mini Cash Budget 1,000 or Less Savings Challenge Planner. Got this on Amazon, and I will link it down in the description box for you to go and get. I did the first $1,000 emergency fund, but it has since been depleted. There's no surprise there. You got to know by now. It's gone. Okay. All right. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to do 2 challenges from this book. One is the Let's Save $450, and then the other is Save $540. Now, doing these 2 challenges together brings me to $990. I'm just going to toss the extra $10 in there once I get to the end to make it a full $1,000. But I'm going to be doing the Let's Save $450 and also the Save $540, okay? So I'm going to show you what I rarely ever bring to the channel, but I'm going to bring it now so that you will see. When I'm doing this book, you rarely ever see me pull this box out. This box here is from Hithgo, I guess that's what that says. And I got it from Amazon, and it is for my 10K savings, okay? I'm going to, when I do this book, whatever I save from this challenge will go into this unbreakable box. I'm going to tell you why I'm doing it. Because I don't want to have access to the money. I don't want it to be in an account, right? Because my last $1,000, it was in an account, and when something came up and it wasn't even an emergency, it's just I wanted to do it right then and there, and I couldn't wait until my next pay. I just went ahead and took the money out. And a lot of it, though, went to when I had to up and do a quick move. If y'all don't know about that, some videos a while ago before I moved to the place that I am in now, had to do a little bit of quick move and wanted to make sure that everything was finalized for that. So I did use some of my emergency fund for that as well. So it's not like I was just spending it just on reckless things, but the point of an emergency fund is for an emergency, which means you need it like right now. So I'm going to go ahead and put it in this box because literally the only way this box gets broken is if it's an emergency, right? As if it is a dire need that I have to go into it. I already have, let me see if I can shake it and you hear it. Yeah, that is already money in there because I have started my 10K savings challenge already, and I've just been putting money in there. You've heard me talk about that. I've just putting random amounts of money inside of here as well. So it's already money in there. So what am I saying? Every time I stuff this, instead of putting the money into an envelope, the money will go into this challenge, okay? This saves for 50 in that it has the numbers 1 through 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10 times. So it's 1 through 9, 10 times, and it's like going in different directions. You understand what I'm saying? Like they mixed up. Like it's 1 through 9, but they're in different places. Hard for me to explain. Not really hard for me to explain, but y'all get the picture. So yeah. I'll be doing this challenge, and then I'm also going to do the 540. When I go to save some money, I'm just going to stick the money inside of here. That way, if something comes up, I do not have the ability to go and snatch the money out. Right? Because this is an like there is no, I can't open this up on any side. I would literally have to take something to it and pound this thing open to get it unlocked. And I do not plan on doing that anytime soon. Lord willing, all shall be well in my life until I reach my goal. So this is where this money will be going. Okay. So I'll be doing the Easy Mini Cash Budget $1,000 or Less Savings Challenge Planner. 2 challenges in there. I might do one puzzle piece and something over at the same time. I don't know. We'll figure it out. But I'm saying all of this to say that's going to be one of the first challenges that I'm completing because I want to get back to saving my $1,000. Okay. Now, as you can see, as I just said, I'm doing my $10,000 savings challenge. Okay. So once I finish saving up that $1,000 from the challenges that I just showed you, I'm going to go on here and I'm going to add up some numbers until I reach $1,000 and I'm going to color it in. Okay. I probably might do something like a couple of these down here at the bottom. Yeah, I might do a couple of these here at the bottom. How is that 100? Why is that not 200? I don't know, child. That ain't my business. Anyway, so yeah, I'm going to do that and I'm going to come here, color $1,000, and then that will be going towards my $10,000 challenge. Okay. So that's the first challenge that I want to do because I want to get to this $10,000, but I also want to save my $1,000 emergency fund again. Okay. Faith and finance. This is another challenge that I want to get through. So I'm going to continue to do this challenge as well. There are 6 different, this is in my shop currently. It called Faith and Finance. So we walk by faith and not by sight. You're building your faith and your finances at the same time. It comes with an envelope with a keychain as well as 6 different savings challenge scratch off cards. And so you would scratch the card off and you would save the money in this envelope. What I am going to do, I'm not going to do it like I'm going to do it one at a time. So once this challenge right here is completed, I'm going to take this money, count it up, and disperse it amongst something, okay? Most likely my sinking funds because I need to get those built back up. And then I'm going to keep doing that until this book has been completed. Now, am I going to say that I'm going to keep doing this until the entire 6 challenges are done? Maybe, maybe not. I don't know, but I at least know that once that first one is done, I'm going to count the money up and I'm going to disperse it into my sinking funds binder. Okay. Next, I want to go to this challenge. Y'all have not seen this on my channel for a while. I'm trying to do things that will save me a good amount of money, but it's not going to require me to break the bank in order to get it done. With that being said, I'm going to do this 100 envelope savings challenge, but I'm going to do it in a different way. I did this a long time ago. I did not make it through because it was just taking way too long to get it done. So I'm going to be doing it where the single digits are single digits. Cool. I'm going to be adding the double digits, like how we did with the savings, the You've Got Savings challenge when we did the low budget version in the smaller mailbox. If it was the double digits, we added them together and that's what we saved. So 3 plus 1 is 4. $4 will go here, 5, 6, 7, so forth and so on. The biggest amount that I should be saving, I think is like $18 because 9 plus 9 equals 18, right? And those are the 2 highest. And then this here would just be $10. I don't know. If I'm feeling good, I might make it 100. We don't know. But I have the $1,000 savings challenge, the 100 envelope challenge in the budget friendly way. Then I want to do this binder. This is the pearl binder. It says, "Blessed is she who has believed the Lord would keep his promises to her." And so this is the pearl binder. Made it myself. Okay. So I'm going to do these challenges. Now here's what's gonna happen. Okay, so here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna roll because each of these, kind of like the faith and finance, they are just like a dashboard and you would save the money in the envelope that comes with it. So I'm going to roll the die, and this is each icon. So you get to choose your savings. As someone who I make, thank God, a decent amount of money. However, my bills do bill. So it's kind of like I'm a low income budgeter, but not really a low income budgeter. It's hard to explain. But with that being said, I like to create challenges that are budget friendly across every budget. So if you are a high budgeter, if you're a low budgeter, I like to create a challenge that anybody could use. So a lot of that, a lot of times would be like a roll and save or a choose your savings, like each icon equals, and then you decide. A low budget might say $2, right? And that's fine. And a high budget may say $20, and that's fine too, right? You get to choose what you save based on your budget, and I just love that. So all of the challenges that will come in this binder will be budget friendly. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to roll a die, and I'm going to go through each of these, and whatever the dice says is how much each icon will be worth. Okay. Okay, so this will be $4. And I only got a 6-sided die, honey. I was going to do 10, but I said, girl, don't kid yourself. Let's not kid yourself. At least one of these got to be 6 now. I might just, if it doesn't come out 6, I might just make it 6. I'm just going to make it, I'm going to make it 6. Okay. You get to choose your savings. Like I said, you get to decide. Okay. What is this? The decorated die. I got that from Drip by E. Okay. So this says keep the faith. So it's all faith-based icons. This one says keep that hustle energy. So it's motivating things like motivating sayings like work hard, stay focused. You're doing great. You got this. Make it happen. Tomorrow needs you. Be proud of how hard you're trying. Be humble. You are capable. Believe, achieve, succeed. This one says a queen in control. So it's Stanley cups, vacationing, makeup, perfume, you know, the whole 9 yards. And your crown. Can't forget the crown. So a queen in control for the culture. I ain't even got to say nothing more than that. Okay. So that's there. And then making money moves. So all the girl bars, credit cards, money, the stilettos, the hard worker, so forth and so on. And then self-care. So those are the categories. And so I'll be doing this binder as well. And I've already chosen how much each icon is going to be. So when I come to this book, I'll already know what I'm going to be saving. Okay. I'm going to be doing this one as well. What other ones did I want to do? Okay, so I'm introducing. I have a mini wallet savings challenge available in my shop. It comes in, let me show you the colors it comes in really quickly. Hold on. It comes in 5 colors. This is the color that I will be doing, but it's hot pink, it's blue, orange, pink, and yellow. So these are the colors that the challenge comes in. I will be doing this color, and when you open it up, it's a clasp. When you open it up, you have 12 pockets in here that are double-sided. So you have this side, and then you have this side, okay? So what happens is you open it up, you get $5, and then the vinyl on the inside, although all of them come with silver on the outside, the vinyl on the inside actually matches the color of the wallet. You stick $5 in this side, flip it over, you stick $5 in this side. You keep doing that. So it goes from 5 to 10 to 15. And then the highest amount that you will be saving as a denomination will be $20, okay? And so if you stick the money in both sides, you will end up saving $300. If you just decide to stick it in one side, it will be $150, okay? So this is a $300 mini savings challenge wallet, and I will be doing that. You can get these in my shop as we speak. Okay, so I'll be doing that challenge as well. I'll also be doing the OMA binder. So let me show you what I'm going to be doing with this, okay? Number one, first and foremost, this challenge. I'll be completing this Save $65 in this challenge. And you could save more than $65. It depends on what you decide, whether your character is going to be $5 or $20. And while I understand that I'm trying to save small, I do want to also save more than I'm spending this year. So I'm going to make whatever, and I put it there in that color so that I can't change my mind. Wherever I find the panda in this, I'm going to have to save $20 for it. Okay. So that's what I'm going to do. I want to do this scratch off, but once this scratch off is done and I spend the money in these categories, like, and I disperse the money amongst these categories, I'm going to put this in the bag because right here is white. And I just don't want to get that white on. I mean, this pink Sharpie on that. Okay. So after I finish that challenge, I'm also going to come in and specifically, like I was saying earlier, designate certain amounts of money that I want to put towards the OMA binder. So I'll come in here in advance and decide which categories I want to put money into. And then I'll come inside of the OMA binder and actually save the money. Okay. I don't know why, but I just want to make sure that I have a good amount of expenses saved up for multiple months. Not because I plan on ever losing my job. It's my daily prayer that the Lord will, allow my job to be able to sustain me. Okay. I don't know what done happened over there. Oh, one of my challenges failed. Okay. I'll get it in a second. To be able to sustain me. So yeah, that's that. But I'm also, the challenge that I need is what failed. I'll also be bringing back the covenant challenge. Okay. So I'm going to finish the covenant challenge. So as of right now, the ones that I talk about is the $1,000 emergency, the pearl binder, faith and finance, the mini wallet, the covenant challenge. Okay. Last but not least, we're going to go here. I'm going to do a random challenge. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I have 5 envelopes, savings challenge envelopes in my savings challenge binder. Okay. So what I'm going to do is always have a random challenge in play from this binder. Okay. So it may, once I finish one challenge, I'm going to take it out, put another challenge in it. That binder will constantly be in rotation. Okay. So we have the easy mini cash budget $1,000 or less challenge. We have the 100 envelope savings challenge. We have the pearl binder. We have the covenant savings challenge. We have the mini wallet savings challenge. We have the OMA binder. And last but not least, we have the random savings. Okay. These are the challenges that I'm going to, oh no, wait. I'm missing one. Faith and finance. These are the challenges that I'm going to put my focus on from August to the end of the year. Okay. These specific challenges. So like I was saying, whether or not I complete a full book, that will be up to me. But after I finish one challenge, like the way that I've been doing this right here has been, I would roll a die because it's 6 challenge, roll a die. And then wherever the die lands on, I will go to the challenge that correlates with that number or corresponds with that number. I'm going to change that. I'm just going to do one challenge at a time. So when I go back to doing the covenant challenge, I'm just going to go ahead and finish number 1. Then I'll go ahead and finish number 3, then I'll finish number 4, so forth and so on until that book is done. Like I said, after I finish one of the challenges, it will be up to me whether or not I want to keep going or whether or not I want to change that challenge out for something else. I'm going to keep playing the challenges and doing my very best to get my savings bulked up. Okay. Now I have the completed savings challenge binder. So some of the challenges, once they're completed, will go in here. But I probably won't use this until I bulk my sinking funds up. So once at least all of my sinking funds, I'm going to get to the point where there's at least $100 in every single sinking fund, right? And I currently have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So I currently have 9 sinking fund categories. So I'm going to keep saving up, and stuffing my sinking fund categories until I at least have $900 in there, because I want every category to at least have $100 in it. Once I satisfy that personal desire in my sinking fund binder, then I'll start using the completed saving challenge binder and putting the money from my completed challenges in there. I'm excited to get into saving for the remainder of the year. It takes the pressure off of me as far as, at the end of the year, I get to see where I am and if I want to continue or not continue. It takes the pressure off of, oh my gosh, I haven't finished this challenge. What I want us to get to the point of, and maybe not us, because maybe you're already here, so I'll speak for myself. I want to get to the point where I realize that as long as I've saved, that's the purpose, right? That's the point. Yes, the challenge was set aside to save $1,000, and I only made it to $715. But you know what? I saved $715. Why am I beating myself up that I didn't get to save the other $285, right? Be proud of me that I saved. You understand what I'm saying? And that's what I had to remind myself. So when I go and put that challenge off to the side and say, okay, let's start on something different, I don't have to feel bad about that. You know what I mean? Because you saved, Deborah. Like, girl, sometimes I want to shake myself. Girl, you saved. What more do you want from you? What more do you want from you? You saved. So be proud of that. So it takes the pressure off of me. Just like it took the pressure off of me with Elaine and Cleophas. Now I don't feel pressured to filling these up by the end of the year, because I'm just going to keep on doing it until it's full. I don't feel pressured with the $10,000 to have it done by the end of the year. I'm just going to keep doing it until it's done. You understand what I'm saying? So I'm taking the pressure off of myself, and I don't know, y'all. I think I'm starting to get that excitement and that motivation back. This reset has just been almost a breath of fresh air for me. It's really kind of been super motivating. Matter of fact, let me turn you all back around and we're going to close this video out face to face. 1 second. Yeah, so this entire reset has definitely been a breath of fresh air, because it's allowed me to just take some time to sit back and develop new strategies and new plans on what I can accomplish that seems realistic. I don't know if I've been living in a fantasy world or what, but I'm at a place where it's take some time to really examine some things. Even in the space that I'm currently in, as you can see, my background has changed because I've completely revamped the space that I am in to my liking and up to my code, so that I can feel good about the changes that I'm making, about what I'm doing. And I think that after a while, I kind of got in such a routine that at some point I found myself in a rut with saving money. And it happens, right? I found myself in a rut with saving, with budgeting, with cash stuffing, the whole 9 yards. If you go even back on some of my videos, there'll be times where I was bringing y'all videos maybe twice a week, and then after a while it was every other week or every 2 weeks I was bringing, because I kind of got into a rut. But this is helping me to get excited and motivated again, to hold myself accountable, to get my finances back on track so that I can steward my money well, okay? And so I'm excited. I'm looking forward to it. We have one more part of this resetting series. One more part, and that's going to be a face-to-face chat where we just talk about some things that I'm going to be doing differently. Because when I first started this channel off as We Finna, because it was a vlogging style channel, so it was We Finna do X, Y, and Z. We are going to do X, Y, and Z, right? That's what that means. So then it switched to Save with Deborah Nay, I think. And they switched to something else, one other name. But one day, as I was really what's the purpose? What am I really doing all this to say? I didn't feel like Save with Deborah Nay was really registering with me. I didn't feel like We Finna was really registering with me anymore. And so one day I was like, what should I name this? Because I really felt a pulling from God to do this, right? Especially in my community, in the faith community, like a lot of people are too ashamed. I'm going to just be real honest with you. Too ashamed to admit where they are in their finances and to just acknowledge that they may not have been handling their money well, right? And that's okay too. That's okay too. But don't be so prideful that, and this is just a tip, don't be so prideful that you don't realize that you are in a sinking boat. And you're just like, nope, it's not sinking. It's not sinking. And next thing you know, your chin up underwater before you realize, oh, I got to do something about this. You understand what I'm saying? So I feel like God was leading me to bring this type of help or transparency. That's the word I'm looking for. Bring this type of transparency to my community, the faith community, the ones who was like, we trust God to meet every need, but we over here mishandling our money. Okay. Okay. So, long story short, I sat down and he was talking to me about stewardship. And so me launching this out and coming back out and saying it's steward well budgeting and steward well living was founded on the biblical principles of stewardship. And so the last video of this resetting series is going to be talking about my faith as well as my finances, how they merge, what role do they play upon each other, how does one affect the other, and I cannot wait until this next video. So go ahead and subscribe to the channel if you like this video so far. Thank you to everyone for your support, for every time you have watched, every time you have liked, every time you have commented. I appreciate you all so much. Welcome to the new subbies. I'm so glad you're here and that you decided to stick around. Go ahead and turn on that post notification so that you are notified every time that I post a video on this channel. You don't want to miss the next one, especially if you want God to be pleased with how you manage your finances, right? He's supplying our needs, but are we taking care of what he has given us authority and dominion over? Okay? So, until next time, you all be well. You have an amazing week, and I'll see you next time. God bless you.